There comes a point in time in every guitar geek's guitar journey where you need to grow your guitarsenal. It might not be today, but sometime in the future, you're gonna be sitting there thinking, I would love a blues machine. A guitar that has the thump, but still has a little bit of sustain. A guitar that's small-bodied and focused. A guitar that plays beautifully. A guitar that conjures up images of the 20s and 30s, like matte finish, beautiful sunburst. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you've ever uttered any of those words, I'm about to review that guitar. In fact, I actually first mentioned this particular guitar back on Acoustic Tuesday, episode number 91. So here's a quick clip so you know what I'm talking about. Now, they're actually this year releasing Decophonic acoustics. I want you to think 20s and 30s kind of blues boxes. Think like Gibson L00, think like Kalamazoo, think like Waterloo by Collings, those kind of vibes. Not that those were made in the 20s, but that kind of vibe, like ladder braced, kind of barky, bluesy instruments. Now, I'm not actually sure on the bracing system that they're using in these guitars, but a little birdie told me that I'm gonna get my hands on one of these guitars, actually the Sidecar, here in a second. But so here, speaking of the models, here are the 3 models that they are releasing this year. First off, the Sidecar Decophonic, and that's a small body. Think like Gibson L00-ish kind of size. The next is a South Side, which is what looks to be like a mini jumbo, kind of a slimmer waist, nice large lower bout, and a little bit larger upper bout as well. And then lastly, the Highball, which is essentially a slope-shouldered dreadnought. Now, I am super excited to try these because one of the holes in my guitarsenal is kind of a barky, bluesy guitar, just straight ahead acoustic guitar. And I think they have the recipe here. Well, I've got good news. That guitar has officially been released and it's made its way to Acoustic Life Studios. I am so pumped to have been able to spend some time with this guitar. It is everything I described and more. In fact, it's got some really interesting things going on in the construction that I want to tell you about, but I can't do it here inside the studio because, well, that's just not very fun. So let me let you into my guitar den so you can see what this Beard Decophonic Sidecar is capable of. Dude, are you excited?
Yeah, dude, are you excited?
Yeah, dude, are you excited?
Yeah, dude, are you excited?
I'm so excited. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, of course we're excited because we're about to go see our friend Charlie Parr play in Bozeman. It's a beautiful night. He's playing outside and we're looking forward to getting inspired, specifically with some blues music. In fact, after the show, we're gonna review a beautiful blues guitar by Beard for you, the Beard Decophonic Sidecar. But first, we gotta go to Charlie Parr.
Oh, and one more thing.
We've got a surprise for him, don't we?
Yep.
But that's gonna come after the show.
See what you have done, CC Rider. And the red sea that grows and the red sea that flows long after you're gone. That's how last you. Old blue tree to possum in a hollow log. Old blue tree to possum in a hollow log.
Dude, are you still excited?
Yeah, I'm still excited. Are you still excited?
Dude, I'm so pumped. Are you still excited?
Yeah.
Now on to the Beard Decophonic Sidecar. The Sidecar is gorgeous. You've got a solid Sitka spruce top underneath a satin vintage sunburst finish, Murado bridge and fingerboard accompanied by a bone nut and saddle. Underneath the top, you've got X bracing done out of mahogany in an arrow I-beam fashion, finished birch laminate on the back and sides. The headstock logo is gorgeous, and you've got Golden Age tuners by Stumac. Also, I will mention the neck is sunburst and it is extremely playable and super comfortable. This guitar sounds too good. It just needs to be filmed in the studio.
Dad, calm down. Let's just go to the studio. Remember, surprise for you. Before Charlie's show in Bozeman, he came over to the silos.
And as guitar geeks, of course, we geeked out and played guitar. He even put the Beard Decophonic Sidecar through its paces. The Beard Decophonic Sidecar is an absolutely stellar guitar. Whether you want to play strictly blues or something more, it really does it all. And there's a lot going on with this guitar. It seems plain and simple on the outside, but really under the hood is where this guitar shines. I referred to it earlier, that mahogany Aero style I-beam bracing. Essentially think of it as, instead of being scalloped from the top, it's scalloped from the sides, so you still have strength and rigidity, but it allows the top to be a bit more responsive. You pair that solid Sitka spruce top with that bracing, and then you throw it on top of finished birch laminate back and sides, and it creates this beautiful bark and focused tone. I really enjoyed playing this guitar fingerstyle, but as you can see, flat picking it was pretty fun as well, and it yields a really good tone as well. I think the folks at Beard Guitars make amazing instruments. I'm extremely biased because I already own 3 of their resonators, but this is a wonderful addition to the Beard family, and I'm really impressed, really impressed. I mean, Beard Guitars have been known for their resonator guitars since they started, and now they've entered a whole new chapter of their book, if you will, and it is a great chapter. What a wonderful start. I cannot wait to see what's next from the folks at Beard. If you're looking for a cool guitar that has vintage style, all the mojo and great tone, this is one to consider. So if one of your local dealers has one in stock, make sure to check it out and give it a test drive. It will be well worth your time. So there you have it. That is the Beard Decophonic Sidecar in all of its bluesy glory. And it really is kind of a Swiss Army knife guitar because of course, I'm pitching it as a blues guitar, but it's really capable of so much more. You can strum on it, you can flat pick on it, and it's uber comfortable to play. So to learn more about the Beard Sidecar and all the other guitars in the Decophonic series, please visit acousticlife.tv/AT103. Okay, last week on Acoustic Tuesday, episode 102, we listened to Adrian Ballou. We learned about the full-size, close carbon fiber guitar. You learned how you could win a Fort guitar just by participating in their Instagram giveaway, and the all-important lesson, fun fuels progress. This week on Acoustic Tuesday, we're gonna take a look at, well, we actually have already taken a look at the Beard Decophonic Sidecar. You're gonna listen to a blues master, since this is kind of a bluesy themed episode, and I'm happy to say that Brendan and his pal, Toby, the Beagle, are back from Las Vegas to deliver their Heartbreaker Guitar of the Month, and this is one you're not going to want to miss. All that and more is coming up right after this. I'm Tony Polecastro, and this is the Acoustic Tuesday Show. Guitar geeks, unite. Welcome to Acoustic Tuesday, episode number 103. This is the show where you're going to learn about acoustic guitar gear, discover acoustic artists, and get inspired to live your very best acoustic life. As with all episodes of Acoustic Tuesday, I'm going to share my guitar geek list with you, and this week, well, I got to say, I'm just plain excited. And I'm excited to dig into it, but first, a very important matter of business. Pay attention. This is your Guitar Geek trivia question. Who wrote the song Gentle on My Mind, which was originally released in June 1967 and proceeded to win 4 Grammy Awards in the following year? Was it A, Glenn Campbell, B, Patti Page, C, John Hartford, or D, Roger Miller? Go ahead and ponder that question, and at the end of the show, I'll be sure to give you the answer. Now, before we go any further with the Acoustic Tuesday show, I do want you to know that Acoustic Tuesday is brought to you by Tony's Acoustic Challenge. Are you tired of playing the same handful of things over and over? With Tony's Acoustic Challenge, you'll have more fun with your guitar while getting better in the process. This is done with an innovative method I call dynamic guitar learning. Log in every day to find a super fun 10-minute guitar challenge that rotates between the 5 essential categories of guitar improvement. Here's a recent 5-star review from Stephen G. Starting from absolute zero, I have learned a lot from Tony's lessons. Learning to play is not easy, but Tony challenges me to do my best and play every single day. Also, the other members of TAC have been incredibly supportive, encouraging, and inspiring. Many of them started where I am now and know exactly what I'm going through. They and Tony give me hope that one day I will become a competent guitar player. To see why Tony's Acoustic Challenge has a 4.9 star rating from over 574 reviews, please visit guitarchallenge.com or go ahead and click the link in the description below. All right, I am excited to continue on my Guitar Geek list for the day because, well, it's just blues infused, and I'm even gonna do a little bit of picking. But before we get into that, I do have to introduce you to somebody very special wearing my father's favorite hat. Yes, Sir Noah Jacob Heckman Jr. the first. Did I say Jakeman?
Jakeman?
Yeah, I think I said Jakeman.
It works.
Sir Noah Jakeman Jacob Heckman the first Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Noah.
Sir Crew Jakeman the first.
Noah, how are you this fine day?
I'm good, Tony. How are you?
Well, apparently I am stumbling over my words left and right. It could be the coffee, but it could also be that I haven't had enough coffee. It's a real conundrum I'm stuck with right now.
You'll have to open loop me and then let me know at the end of the show.
I'll let you know whether I've had too much or too little.
So what did you mean by your father's favorite hat?
Well, see, the funny thing is my father sent you a very specific hat from Wisconsin. It's a
Correct.
University of Wisconsin hat. And he said, if Noah doesn't like the University of Wisconsin, that's fine. Just tell him W stands for winner. And then he proceeded to say, I've pre-bent the hat because, quote, and I'm quoting my father on this, I'm sick of looking at those flat-brimmed hats. So, yeah, I think you might ruffle Papa Steve's feathers with that hat.
Oh. Well. All right.
Enough about hats, Noah.
Yes, yes.
Tell me, so you've had some experience with the Beard Decophonic Sidecar. And I think your words to me were, wow, I really like this guitar. You should probably buy this for me as a gift.
That's probably, you quoted me exactly.
So, being that's the case, what do you like about this guitar?
The best way I can describe it is it's fun on every level. It looks fun. I love the logo on the headstock. So the way that it looks makes me want to hold it and play it. And then the size itself, it's a very comfortable body size and neck length for me.
Yeah.
That just felt super comfortable and was just fun. It was just fun to play. I think it's real classy.
That's a fantastic word. In fact, I think we should stay classy. That's a reference for something that's coming up. There's a piece of mail in the mailbag that I'm not sure if it's from the real person, but if it is from the real person, I am flattered and honored, and I cannot wait to read that letter for you. But I agree with you. No, I think the Decophonic Sidecar is super classy. In fact, you said something about the body size, and Aiden and I, my son Aiden and I were playing it last night, and he's like, Dad, is this a full-size guitar? And I'm like, yeah, but it's a smaller body shape, because he was able to sit down with it and just play it super comfortably. And he's like, I really like this guitar. So you guys are going to have to battle over that gift.
Sounds like the three of us are going to have to battle over.
I know, it's going to be like the brothers on Christmas morning just fighting over the toy, and then eventually it breaks and nobody can have it.
Well, you know what? I do not want to see such a awesome guitar be broken, so I will relinquish it so that it does not get destroyed.
Well, we can share. See, the thing is I don't want to send the guitar back to Beard. I don't. But I'll talk to Denny. Denny works at the Beard Guitar Shop, and he's just awesome. And I'll talk to Denny and see what we can do. I might have to pull out the wallet for this one.
Maybe it'll be misplaced. Like we can't find it. We'll find it.
Well, let me move on to another guitar that I want to share. It has a little bit of a story, so I want to share the story with you. But one of the things I like to do is encourage everybody to play every day. All of you watching the Acoustic Tuesday show, you're guitar geeks. I want you to play every single day. And in honor of playing every single day, I actually selected a bluegrass flat picking tune to play for you on a Bourgeois Country Boy. Now, this is a guitar that has a very cool story, and this whole recording session actually has an interesting story. Some follies were involved, so I'll tell you those after you see the performance of the tune Texas Gales. Now, this arrangement was modeled after Chris Luquette's arrangement, and I come about, well, if we're judging it on a 1 to 10 scale, I'm at about a 2. Chris Luquette's at about a 75. So here's my version, based on Chris Luquette's version of Texas Gales. there you have it. That's my version of Texas Gales, based on Chris Luquette's version of Texas Gales. And I'll actually link to Chris Luquette's full version at acousticlife.tv/AT103. He totally blows that tune out of the water. He just has all these cool variations. It's amazing. You got to check it out. I did not include all the variations because I don't know if they're humanly possible. I think Chris Luquette might be a touch alien. I'm not entirely sure. But beyond that, there's a couple stories I want to share with you about that tune. And the first one is actually the performing of the tune. Usually that tune I play in a jam with other guitar players or other bluegrass players. And to play it solo in front of one microphone was kind of like listening to your playing under a microscope. So after about 439 takes, I think we got the one that contained the least amount of mistakes. And I know that some of you guitar geeks can recognize with me that whole red light fever where as soon as the camera comes on, you start playing and you think, wow, I was able to play this so good before. So if you've ever been afflicted with red light fever, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any tips to share on how to get over red light fever, I'd love to hear those as well. Because like I said, usually the other band sounds kind of allow me to blend in and make the mistakes a little bit less glaringly obvious. But I think that pass went okay. So we chose it to share with you. The second story involved with that particular song is the guitar that I was playing. It's a Bourgeois Country Boy, and it's mahogany back and sides, Adirondack spruce top, and that guitar has a bunch of mojo. That's actually Courtney Hartman's old guitar. Now, Courtney Hartman, the same one that just released the album Ready Reckoner, she was selling her guitar some 2 months ago, and Matt from Eddie's Guitars made a post on Facebook, and he said, if anybody's looking for a bluegrass Canon, I've got your guitar right here. So I very promptly called Matt while Whitney and I were on our way to the supermarket and proceeded to delay our supermarket arrival by roughly an hour to an hour and a half. And then Matt actually FaceTimed me, showed me the guitar, and I proceeded to very promptly purchase the instrument. And I'm so pumped. Courtney definitely broke that guitar in because it's a very open, just a nice sounding bluegrass guitar. So thanks, Courtney. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Chris Luquette. Thanks, every guitar geek that's watching the Acoustic Tuesday show. Now, speaking of guitar geeks that are watching the Acoustic Tuesday show, I've got some comments that I pulled, again, from episode 100. You know, episode 100 garnered so many comments that I just had to pull more because there was just a lot of good vibes being shared, and I want to share those vibes again. I want to keep those good vibes rolling. The first comment comes from Jay Granger. He says, hi all, glad to catch this in real time for a change. Been out of commission, guitar-wise, for a few months with a fingernail broken off beneath the cuticle. Yeah, ouch. It grew back out, and now I'm ready to go again. Hello from Atlanta. Well, I have to say, Jay, collective good guitar geek healing vibes are being sent your way from the entire Acoustic Tuesday family. We're glad that you are back at your guitar, and we hope that your fingernail has grown back stronger than ever. That's it pained me to even read that. So let's send our guitar geek vibes over to Jay in Atlanta. Next, we got a comment from DL Edison. He said, just watched one episode for the first time. Okay, 99 to go. Thanks for the good work from Southwest Washington, USA. Well, thank you so much for diving into episode 100, and I'm so pumped for you to catch up on all the shenanigans that have happened on Acoustic Tuesday. Now, for those of you who might have missed an episode, of course, you can catch them on YouTube. You can also catch them at acousticlife.tv, where you can always do a deep dive on anything I've ever featured on the show. Next comment comes from Sam M. Hello, Tony and Noah. Watching today while restringing my Guild 12-string. Long overdue, so I'm using your show for motivation. Nice work. So far, I've got 6 on. Phew. Trouble is, I keep finding high strings missing from all the packs that I have pilfered over several months every time I busted one on my 6-string guitars. Arg! Love the show. Congratulations on number 100. Well, thanks for watching, Sam, and good work getting 50% through your 12-string restring. The next comment is near and dear to my heart because it's from a former Acoustic Tuesday contributor, a former Acoustic Tuesday artist, and quite possibly a future Acoustic Tuesday contributor. Yes, it's from Michael Watts, and he says, congratulations, guys. 100 episodes is a real landmark. Well, thank you, Michael. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being an awesome guitar geek. And thanks for making beautiful, beautiful music. So with that being said, I do have to remind you all, we love to hear from you. So please leave a comment below and let us know where you're tuning in from. It's so cool to see how far and wide all of you guitar geeks come from to watch the Acoustic Tuesday show. You can leave a comment. You can leave a question. You can leave a small win. In fact, I've got a really cool small win involving two amazing finger pickers coming up, but we'll get there in a second. And while you're leaving a comment, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's super easy. Hit the red subscribe button. Don't forget to click that little gray bell so you get a notification of each and every new video that does get released. And last but certainly not least, please like this episode of Acoustic Tuesday on YouTube. By liking this episode, you're going to help other guitar geeks discover the Acoustic Tuesday show. And that's the whole point of Acoustic Tuesday, is to get as many guitar geeks as we possibly can to unite on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. here on YouTube to celebrate and wave our collective guitar geek flag. All right. Now, this is something I've been waiting for roughly a month, actually, because coming up next, I've got Brendan and Toby from Las Vegas. Yes, Brendan and the Beagle Toby are back from Heartbreaker Guitars down in Las Vegas to reveal their Heartbreaker Guitar of the Month. And this guitar, ironically, has an awesome story as well. So without further ado, Brendan, Toby, take it away.
Thanks, Tony. Guys, what's going on? It's Brendan from Heartbreaker Guitars, and I'm with my partner, Toby the Beagle here, and today we are bringing you the Heartbreaker of the Month guitar, live from Las Vegas, Nevada, inside the Heartbreaker Lounge, where we do all our recording. And guys, the Heartbreaker of the Month is the guitar that we hand select from our inventory that's just got something special about it. So what is it? Today, it's the Santa Cruz Guitar Company Eric Sky model with the most insane set of Coco Bolo you guys have ever seen. Richard Hoover is kicking some butt out in Santa Cruz. He's putting out some of the finest stuff we have seen in years. Santa Cruz Guitar Company goes way back. Richard Hoover's been a luthier for an astounding 50 years. And he has recently sent us this guitar, and we just had to show it off with you guys. So let's check out the Santa Cruz Guitar Company Eric Sky model. Okay, this is it right here. We've got an Adirondack spruce top, a beautiful tight grain Adirondack spruce top. We've got an ebony fretboard with the Santa Cruz Guitar logo right here on the 14th fret. We've got a slotted peg head with a Coco Bolo head facing. You guys ready? Coco Bolo. Is that not the most beautiful Coco Bolo you guys have ever seen? It is for me. Insane. That's a mahogany neck. We've got the open back Waverly tuners on the slotted peg head. We've got a 1 13/16 nut width. We've got a 24.9 inch scale length. It is 2 1/4 string spacing at the 12th. We've got rope purfling throughout, Ivoroid binding. This is an ebony bridge, ebony fretboard. I'm telling you guys, this thing is incredible. And it's a small little double O guitar, but it's got a huge tone. So let's go to Juan John and get a quick sample of this Eric Sky signature. What do you say, Toby? Guys, thank you for watching the Heartbreaker of the Month. If you'd like any information about this Eric Sky model, just go to heartbreakerguitars.com. Juan John, that was great. Thanks so much for that. Guys, this is Brendan and Toby the Beagle signing off from Las Vegas, Nevada, inside the Heartbreaker Lounge. We want to thank you for watching the Heartbreaker of the Month. That was the Eric Sky model by Santa Cruz Guitar Company and Richard Hoover Guitars. Thank you so much. Tony, back to you.
Thank you, Brendan, and thank you, Toby, for holding down the fort over there. Such a cool guitar. You know, we've featured Eric Sky 2 times before. We featured his music in an episode, and he was so kind to answer some of our questions in another episode. So make sure to go to acousticlife.tv, search Eric Sky, and you'll be able to find all of that. He's got some Amazing music out there, some amazing resources, and clearly he's a guitar geek because he designed an amazing guitar in conjunction with Santa Cruz. So again, thanks to Brendan and Toby for introducing us to that guitar. And if you're interested in that guitar, please visit heartbreakerguitars.com. And of course, they've got a bunch of other guitars in stock as well. And as you can tell, Brendan's clearly a guitar geek, as is every member of that staff. So make sure to check them out in your spare time. I know you digitally guitar shop. I do all the time. I fill my cart with all the cool stuff and pretend like I'm buying it. Sometimes after a bourbon or two, I end up buying it. But hey, that's a story for another show. All right, next up, we've got an artist coming up that you need to know. One that actually Martin Scorsese introduced me to. More on that coming up. We also have to visit the mailbag, which we have a star-studded mailbag, no joke. We've got your trivia answer, but next up, I really wanted, and the other thing, no, I forgot. I've got some Fam Jam pictures coming up too. Our Acoustic Tuesday community rose to the occasion. We'll get there in a second. I've got some more comments from our very own Acoustic Tuesday community, and this was the small win I was referring to earlier. This comes from Robert Carhart Jr., and he says, congrats on AT100. Tuning in from a somewhat cooler Washington, D.C. Had to briefly delay watching as Tommy Emmanuel and Mike Dawes were doing a 30-minute live stream on Facebook from Delaware. Y'all certainly would understand and appreciate. Well, we do. We do understand, and we're glad that you took a break from Acoustic Tuesday, but we're also glad that you came back to watch Acoustic Tuesday. And I'm fortunate enough to say that I'll be seeing that duo in Annapolis, Maryland tomorrow. That's going to be a hell of a show. So we have a little bit of guitar geek jealousy going here at the studio. Don't worry. Big, small win, he says. As listeners, we're really grateful for all of you. Shout out for featuring Chuck H's Guitarsenal. Okay, onwards to AT 101. Be well, gang. Well, thank you for watching, Robert, and thank you for spreading the Guitar Geek love. Noah and I were actually honored to go to a show with not only Robert, but also Chuck H. They were in a company with us when we went to go see Billy Strings at the Pine Creek Lodge, and we just had a good Guitar Geek time. It was pretty awesome. Next up, a comment from Chad Underwood. He said, wow, 100 nuggets of pure acoustic joy. I love that. I think that should be the new show tagline. Acoustic Tuesday for your nuggets of pure acoustic joy. Anyways, he goes on to say, congrats, guys, on this epic milestone. Here's to hundreds more. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching, Chad, and thanks for the kind words. Ricky K says, congrats on episode 100 from Houston. I'm proud to be part of the AT and TAC community. Cheers to the next 100 episodes. We are certainly happy to have you, Ricky, and I think Sharon's next comment shows some of that AT and TAC community love for sure. This next comment does come from Sharon T. She's also lovingly referred to as Mama Tack, because at any Acoustic Life Festival, at any gathering within the Tony's Acoustic Challenge forums, Sharon is there. She's actually one of our mentors, and she just offers the kindest words, the best encouragement, and she herself is an awesome guitar geek. I met Sharon long ago at the first Acoustic Life Festival where she wasn't even playing guitar. The next Acoustic Life Festival, she was playing guitar, and now she's a full-on guitar geek. She's been to 4 Acoustic Life Festivals, and it's been so cool to see her develop. She says this comment, she says, congrats on your first 100 episodes. Happy to say we haven't missed a single one. I'm grateful for everything you and the whole TAC family does. This community is soul-sustaining, and it is because of you that I have found a passion that I didn't even know I had. It's so cool to see. Love to you, Tony and Whitney, Noah, Levi, Angie, Allie, and Jonah, the entire TAC team. Well, thanks for such kind words, Sharon. We certainly are pleased that you're a part of the community and just such an awesome, positive voice. It's so cool that you've decided to share your guitar journey with us. We certainly are humbled and appreciate it. And of course, of all the members on Tony's Acoustic Challenge, we're humbled that you chose to include us in your guitar journey. So thank you very much. Next up, we got to visit the mailbag. So I was out of the office. Aiden and I were hiking and floating the river, doing all sorts of Montana things. And I get this picture on my phone. And Noah sent a picture of the mailbag. And I was like, why are you opening my mail? It's clearly addressed to me. But then I looked at the envelope and it wasn't addressed to me. So I get this picture. It says, Acoustic Life Team. It's a manila envelope. I think that's what they call these. And the return address says RB Channel 4 News, San Diego, California. No zip code. So I thought, that's curious. The next picture I got was of a photo, an autographed photo from somebody you'll probably recognize. Yes, Ron Burgundy of Channel 4 News took some time away from his very busy schedule to offer us an autographed picture. It says, "Stay classy," and it's signed Ron. Well, Ron, we're trying our best. Now, the next picture I got was a very classy letterhead that, of course, says, "Stay classy." Now, I'm going to read this letter in its entirety. I don't normally do that on the Acoustic Tuesday show, but I think this one needs to be read in its entirety for just to offer you the full context. Now, quick disclaimer: this may contain some offensive language. It's not F-bomby, don't worry. But just, if kids are listening, put their earmuffs on just for a second. But I have to read this because I still don't know if it's a joke or if it's real. Noah, do you have any wagers on if it's a joke or if it's real?
Like I was saying earlier, Tony, it's probably highly unlikely, but you never know. And regardless, I think it was brilliantly executed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm still 50-50. I still don't know if this is real or not. If this is really from Ron Burgundy, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
If this is really not from Ron Burgundy, I'm still pumped because it made me crack up. So, without further ado, let me dig into this letter. Again, kids, earmuffs. Acoustic Life team. Great Odin's Raven, 100 episodes. Bravo. Us at Channel 4 News are so proud of you guys for providing excellent content every week. I smell an Emmy. Having a vision, making a plan, and taking action is the only way to reach your goals. Good for you. Champ, our sportscaster, also achieved one of his goals. After 267 tries, he finally shit perfectly into a hot dog bun. The only thing better than seeing a good friend accomplish his goals after much hard work is watching 266 failures. They're never going to get that smell out of the break room. Now, let's address the hormonal buffalo in the room. Tony, Scotch is far superior to bourbon. Some say Scotch comes directly from the nipples of the goddess Aphrodite herself. Single malt from the left nipple and single grain from the right. Is that true? I don't think we'll ever know. But I do know that bourbon is made by vagrant tundra Wookiees under the I-90 overpass. Which side of history do you want to be on? Lastly, a few tips from a master, me, Ron Burgundy. Tip number 1. Guys, how about a big raffle and all proceeds go to Guitars for Vets? More on that in a second. Tip number 2. Your current format features 0 minutes for jazz flute. So more minutes for jazz flute, please. All of us from Channel 4 News wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Let me off on the top. Signed, Ron Burgundy. I am honored, humbled, and slightly verklempt after reading that. I'm super, super pumped. Whomever this came from, thank you very much for taking the time to put this together. And if this indeed came from the desk of Ron Burgundy, well, thanks, Ron. We're doing our best to stay classy. Now, lastly, there was a mention about a big raffle for Guitars for Vets, and I want to encourage you all to stay tuned to, let's say a future episode, maybe 1 or 2 down the road, where we're going to announce something very special we've been cooking up. The big thing is going to happen in the month of November. That's really all I can say right now, but let's say you'll have the opportunity to make an enormous impact in what I think will be the acoustic guitar industry's maybe biggest fundraising efforts ever. You'll just have to stay tuned to find out. So that's it for the mailbag, and I think that was a worthy single solo mailbag item. Now, I want to keep going, Noah, but the Acoustic Tuesday community keeps rising to the occasion. And the Acoustic Tuesday community is really composed of beginning guitar geeks that have been at it a while and are finally coming back to the guitar geeks that have been at it the whole time and just love guitar, and yes, even famous guitar geeks. Because I got some Fam Jam submissions from some truly honorary, dare I say, iconic musicians. So let's dig right in. First, we got a Fam Jam submission from David Crosby with his dad, which I thought was amazing. I've always loved David Crosby's music, but I didn't know he was into doing the Fam Jam thing, so that's pretty cool. Next, now this one was recently submitted, so it might stir up some rumors that this person is still alive. Elvis and his mom submitted a Fam Jam, and I was like, I can't believe you guys watched the Acoustic Tuesday show. I'm honored and humbled. This is turning out to be quite the star-studded episode. Next up, we've got Richie Havens with his mom and dad, and I'm like, man, that's just I can barely speak. I'm amazed. Finally, actually not finally. There's 2 more. Joe Cocker with his mom, which was stunning, and then lastly, in a very color coordinated effort, Frank Zappa with his mom and dad. So fam jams all around. But all kidding aside, as an Acoustic Tuesday viewer, if you ever experience a fam jam, it's one of the most... It's the coolest thing ever. In fact, just last night, Aiden and I were playing some guitar, and he was teaching me some Green Day songs, which was so cool. It kind of comes full circle, because when I was his age, I was super into Green Day, and here he is learning the songs and teaching them to me. So we had our own fam jam, and I thought to myself, this is something we need to start featuring more. So if you want to submit a picture of a fam jam, which is essentially you hanging out with members of your family playing guitar, please do so at acousticlife.tv. When you go to acousticlife.tv, you're going to see a submit link in the top menu. Click on that, and you can go ahead and upload a picture of your fam jam. Go ahead and describe it, name names if you want to, tell us what songs you were playing, and just make sure to tell us how awesome it is. And while I'm at it, don't forget, guitarsenals are still ongoing. I'm just collecting them. I'm hoarding the guitarsenals to reveal them in a much bigger chunk so we get more guitar with every single episode of Acoustic Tuesday. So please submit your guitarsenals, follow the 3 simple steps, get yourself a guitarsenal shirt. They're right beneath this episode of Acoustic Tuesday. There's a link there. Order it, put it on, take a picture amongst all of your guitars, and then submit it by going to that same submit link at acousticlife.tv. Go ahead and upload that picture of your guitarsenal, and then follow it up with a description, and make sure to include bourbon, because that is necessary. Just saying. All right, moving on to what we're listening to this week. This week, I want to share with you an artist who was introduced to me by Martin Scorsese. Long ago, when I was a young chap, when people still bought music at Best Buy in CD form, I went through the aisles. I was just getting into blues music, and I was thumbing through, and I saw this cover, and it just said something about blues, and it had this cool picture on it, a dude with a guitar case and a hat. I thought, well, this clearly was made for me. So I picked up the CD, I put it on, and this song, Am I Wrong, came on, and it just knocked my socks off. As a young budding blues enthusiast, I thought, this guy's got a killer voice, he plays amazing. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Keb Mo, and luckily for us, he's just released another album, and I gotta feature a song off of it for you because it's so cool. The guitar he plays on this has the coolest tone. It's a resonator guitar, but it must be some sort of light gauge steel because it has this ringiness to it, this thumpiness that Keb Mo pulls out so delicately. And his voice, well, I'll just let that speak for itself. So here's the tune I Remember You off of his new album, Oklahoma, performed at the Paste Studios.
My name is Junior from Memphis, Tennessee. My daddy was a hustler and a stranger to me. I don't always know just what to say.
One of the other things that floors me about Keb Mo is not only his musicianship, it's the musicians that he chooses to surround himself with, because they're truly amazing. Any band performance on any of his albums, he assembles bands that have just this killer sense of groove, and they're just rock solid. And in and of their own right, they're amazing musicians. So I had to find an example, and I found this example where they're playing the tune France at the Station Inn, and with him is an amazing upright bass player that he falls into the groove so quick and so easy. It's just like he lays up this delicate rhythmic pillow for Keb Mo to sing and play on top of. And then combine that with an outstanding trumpet player. Now when you think of trumpet, you think, whoa, that's gonna be loud. This is understated trumpet, and it's beautifully played. So without further ado, here's the tune France by Keb Mo, played at the Station Inn in Nashville.
Early in the morning, I was in my bed. My baby turned and kissed me on the top of my head. Made me breakfast, sent me on my way. Kissed me on the lips and said, have a nice day. She had me right where she wanted. I was in a trance. She said ain't nothing wrong with Texas, but I'd really love to go to France. That's right. You know, I would do most anything. Watch out, baby. But I'm still making payments on her.
So Keb Mo is one of those musicians that I think gets it. He's a guitar geek that just gets it. Of course he plays well. Of course he sings well. Of course he can assemble just an amazing blend of musicians to play along with. But down at the heart of it, I think he understands how important music is and how important guitar is and how important the connection of people is within music. And the reason I say that, I don't know Keb Mo personally. I would love to meet him because I think he's just one of those musicians that is iconic. He's an amazing musician. But I found this video that he posted, I want to say it was on Instagram or Facebook, one of those social medias, one of them. I don't know what the kids call them these days. But I found this video, and it doesn't contain any music, but it contains a very important message that I want to share with all of you because it does show that Keb gets it, because I think he understands that the people involved in music is what's really important. So let me introduce to you Keb Mo's, we'll call it an inspirational fan appreciation video. So here it is.
All right. I just want to take a little time to share my gratitude. I've been very, very blessed. I've had a lot of very fortunate things happen to me over my lifetime. And the one thing I can't believe is that I've been able to do this for so long at the level I'm doing it. And it's because of a lot of people around me that support me. And the main people I would like to thank is my fans, you know, on behalf of my team. Because without fans, we have nothing. Without you, we're just farting in the wind. Well, maybe I should have said it like that. Without you, basically, we're nothing. You know, we're nothing. So I have a team of people that help us put this record. We have this new record, Oklahoma, and the name of it's on the back. But you know, all the work that went into this, the people that do this. I don't do this. I go in the studio and I make a record, and I come out and I play, and I show up at a show, and all these people are there, and it's just amazing to me. And I sit down and I look at that, and it's so amazing I can't even put it into words that many people would come out and support what I am doing and what my team is helping me to do. So I just want to really express my gratitude to all of you who have supported me. Anybody that supports me in the future. Anybody who thought about supporting me. Anybody who gave me a review, good or bad, or give me any of their attention, because honesty is what I like. I do my best to be honest in my music and honest in my life, honest with you when I show up. So I just want to say a thank you, a huge gratitude to all of you. So thank you very much.
All right, so there's a little special message from Keb Mo, and I feel like Keb Mo's the gift that keeps on giving, because he's got the music, he's got the inspiration, and I'll get to the albums that I want you to check out by him in a second, but his Gibson Signature Acoustic is probably one of the best models I've ever seen come out of Gibson, Montana, where they make the acoustic guitars. I really enjoy his signature model. It's a small-bodied blues guitar, think LOO-ish, and it's not bound in herringbone, but the purfling is herringbone. It's a very classy guitar, and it sounds really good. I feel like even bringing up Gibson is a curse word at this point. And Noah can tell you, you don't even want to ask me my opinion about Gibson's current state of affairs, because let me just say this. I just wish that they would focus less on lawsuits and more on building really nice guitars. I think we'd all have a better opinion of them if that was the case. But the Gibson Keb Mo model is stellar. I don't even know if they're continuing to make it, but if you ever see one come up used, or if you ever see one at a guitar shop, you've got to play it, because it's stellar. It's a stellar guitar. So make sure to check that out. I wanted to add that in there. Now let me get to some albums that you should check out. Let me say this, Kebmo has a ton of albums out. He literally has been doing this for a long time, as he said in his video. So really any album you pick is gonna be a dandy. But I've picked 4 of my favorites, ones that I think are great starting points for somebody who might be new to Kebmo. First, and I believe this was released in '94, I'm not 100% accurate on that, is a self-titled album, Kebmo. It's got a picture of him in a hat and a guitar case on the front. Next is an album entitled Suitcase. Finally, this one is kind of an exceptional album because it features 2 iconic musicians, Taj Mahal and Kebmo, on an album together. The album is entitled, very accordingly, Tajmo. And recently he released the album Oklahoma, which you've already heard some tunes off of. And I gotta say the album art's really cool. Photography and the art is pretty stellar. I'm kind of a sucker for that. So there you have it. That's your crash course in Kebmo. Noah, do you have anything to add?
I was thinking that maybe I would have preferred Keb Mahal.
Keb Mahal? Oh! I thought you were gonna poke the lion in the cage and ask me about Gibson.
Oh, no, I think what you said was perfect.
Was it perfect? I tried to be concise. And I tried to be very matter of fact.
Exactly. And it's the things that go unsaid or that can be withdrawn from what you did say.
Yeah.
That makes the point.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Noah's heard enough. I've kind of gone on some rants here at the studio because I'm a passionate guitar geek.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe we consider a
special sode.
Yeah. I was going to say like a one-off, like, special.
Let me just say, I will never be donning a leather jacket.
How about a segment?
A segment?
Yeah.
Okay, current state of affairs?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if that's something you'd like to hear. Now, I'm not going to spew hate, because I don't believe in that. There's enough videos that are kind of bashing Gibson. I think they make great guitars. I just think that maybe their current vision isn't set on the right things. Let me just say that. I really do appreciate what they do. I think they make fine guitars when they focus their efforts on making guitars. So please continue that. Well, Noah, we've nearly wrapped up the show. We've swaddled the baby. We've placed the baby in the carriage. You know, the ones with the big wheels and the springs.
Yeah.
We put on our Sunday best and literally walked the baby down Main Street.
Like in London?
Yeah, and we're about ready to hang up our hats and place the baby in the crib for an afternoon nap.
Are we taking it for its christening? Is it in its baptismal gown?
No, this is a different Sunday routine.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're bringing it back home, placing the baby down so we can enjoy some tea and crumpets and talk guitars. But we can't talk more guitars until next week. But before I wrap up the show, your trivia answer, holy smokes, let me remind you of the question. Who wrote the song Gentle on My Mind, which was originally released in June 1967 and proceeded to win not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Grammy Awards in the following year? Was it A, Glenn Campbell, B, Patti Page, C, John Hartford, or D, Roger Miller? Well, if you answered C, John Hartford, you're 100% correct. Gentle on My Mind is a song written by John Hartford, which won 4 1968 Grammy Awards. Hartford won the award for Best Folk Performance and Best Country and Western Song in the Songwriter category. The other 2 awards were Best Country and Western Solo Vocal Performance by a Male and Best Country and Western Recording. Those both went to American country music singer Glenn Campbell for his version of Hartford's song. The song was originally released in June of 1967, and as the only single from the album of the same name. It was re-released in July 1968 to much more success. Glenn Campbell's version has received over 5 million plays on the radio. Campbell used Gentle on My Mind as the theme to his television variety show, The Glenn Campbell Good Time Hour, between 1969 and 1972. So there you have it. Indeed, the baby is down for a nap, the baby that we call Acoustic Tuesday. And Noah and I are going to go enjoy some tea and crumpets, and we're probably going to spike our tea. But let's take a quick sneak peek into next week to see what's going to happen. We are going to listen to an unconventional young guitarist, one you do not want to miss because you probably have not heard of her yet. We're going to get another visit from our bearded brother. Yes, our bearded brother will be back, and we're going to listen to a monstrous carbon fiber guitar from across the pond. And that monstrous means many things, but you'll have to tune in next week, Tuesday, to find out. Remember, you can catch Acoustic Tuesday every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time on YouTube. And for your Acoustic Tuesday fix in between Tuesdays, please visit acousticlife.tv, where you can do a deep dive on every single thing I've ever talked about on Acoustic Tuesday, save for a couple detours I may have taken. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. Thank you very much for being a guitar geek, and remember, cheers to you, and Guitar Geeks Unite. Take care.